The Scarlets lead Treviso 18-10 at half-time in the Pool 5 game going on at the same time. But in Pool 4, it's Bath 14, Ulster 13. Back to Tyrone Howe and Will Chignall.
Well, Ulster's away form in the Heineken Cup is not pretty. Their only victory in the last 13 Heineken Cup trips was here in January 28-10. And it's so tight, isn't it, with both fly halves having a huge impact in the first 40 minutes. Fascinating.
Yes, it is. Butch James, you know, he's done so well, given that it's his first match of the season. And Ian Humphreys, as we saw there, he's been setting that Ulster backline off very, very well, releasing the players out wide and also on outside and inside shoulders. It's going to be an interesting battle between those two players in the second half.
A seminal 40 minutes in this Pool 4 tussle. Biarritz on 16. And Bath, if it ends up as it is, they would move up to 11, Ulster 10, but it can all change, of course. Taylor. Beattie waits, passes back to Butch James. Barkley, Abbey. James as well.
Stop 6.
Upfield. He looks so sharp so quickly, been out for so long, Butch James.
Move back. Move back.
Claessens with the tackle. No scrum half, of course, he's at the bottom, having just taken that high ball.
Move back.
Flatman, Barkley. Wide from James. Banahan. Barkley going into first receiver. Grucott. Legs still pumping at 38.
7 wide offside. 7 wide.
Willie Falloon
7.
was the man singled out by there, the referee, and Barkley not messing around.
Yeah, Michael Claessens took the ball into contact there. Wasn't sure, it's thought maybe a hint of the ball being dislodged. Looking here, well, I think it's gone backwards, mind you. Ball hitting the ground. Yeah, getting the ball back there, and Bath doing very well, working their way out of their own 22. And Barkley getting on with it, very quickly taking play down into the middle of the Ulster half.
Lovely line out there. Claessens can't quite get that ball away cleanly. There's a knock-on from Ulster. So let's play on. Mears wriggling his way upfield. Still going. Good headway around the fringe there. And a few metres to be made. And again, the crowd like the look of this. Grucott. Much better from the Bath forwards. Barkley. Vandenberg was hunting down Butch James. There's plenty going on, isn't there? Was that Darcy at the bottom?
Well, I think Adam Darcy thought that there was a potential turnover, and Butch James a little bit of afters there. But that's just sheer adrenaline coming through from the South African there. And this is allowing Barkley's strength to get the ball away. And you just thought Darcy was going to get it, and James, I think, maybe thought that he had the ball, but that's called being collared in every sense.
And he says, I'm back. You'll remember me. 1 point the difference. Oh.
Stand up. Calm, Mr. Marcus is. Crutch.
And the loser will know they're pretty much done and dusted in this Heineken Cup. The winner will feel, of course, that they will have the future in their own hands. Bath have got Aronia home and Biarritz away. Ulster, Biarritz at home, and then Aronia away. This is Cuthbert. Pops it up. Claessens. Taylor. Could be numbers now. Butch James inside. Moody trying to get that ball free. Still, there's more. Arthur's going on. Butch James again involved. Banahan trying to sort of clear things up.
It is spicy.
Scuffles have broken out 3 or 4 times, haven't they?
It's freezing where we're sitting, but my goodness, it is so heated down the pitch, and it's down to it. He was warned in the first half. Be interesting to see what the referee and touch judge have to say.
Il y a le 10 bleu qui est dedans. Il y a le 5 blanc aussi. Le 4, le 5 blanc.
Alors au départ, c'est un accrochage entre le 9 bleu et le 5 blanc. Le 10 bleu qui n'a rien à voir là-dedans vient rajouter sa sauce.
D'accord.
Il ne met pas de coup, mais il vient s'impliquer alors qu'il n'a pas à s'impliquer.
It's definitely about 9 bleu and 5 blanc, so I think the second row and Michael Claessen's going to be called in.
Butch James, in the space of a couple of minutes, been involved
Number 9 blue,
2 times.
5 white. 9 blue, 5 white. And number 10 blue.
Yep.
Is that 2 players at the beginning? This player arrive, okay? And it's yellow card for this player, okay? It's coming, okay?
What did he do?
Butch James, yellow card.
It just a scuffle and
10 minutes on the sideline now. Will this be the pivotal moment which gives Ulster the chance to take control of this match?
Well, this is a mirror image, because last week when David Flatman was yellow carded, Ulster made it count. They got a score right in that 10-minute sin bin time. And again, the scuffle's broken out. And Butch James is in there. I'm not sure entirely what he's doing wrong there. The touch judge, clearly the scuffle is between the 2 players. Third player's coming in to join in. He's getting penalised, but there aren't really too many penalties or punches being thrown there. It's a tough call for Butch James, and again, it's just enthusiasm wanting to get into the action.
Pienaar, Humphreys, Wallace sliding away and dinking that ball through. Cuthbert takes it into his 22, didn't he? So good position now for Ulster, and remember it's Ulster that have a man advantage thanks to the incident where Butch James went to help Claessen's, wasn't it?
Well, certainly Bath's home record has been wretched, and the next 10 minutes Ulster will not want to be showing any sympathy for that. This is a period of ruthlessness for the men in white, and Bath equally. They've got to try and ride out the next 10 minutes without their key man at number 10.
It's the Ulster forwards doing the meaty stuff at the moment, but they'll be tracking back, not releasing, and so Bath, from their 22, it's a penalty.
And it's amazing just what this period of time can do for the fortunes of both sides mentally. If Bath can ride out the next 10 minutes without giving away any points, when they get back to the full complement of 15 players, they will really, their confidence will soar that they've managed to defend their line and keep Ulster out. Equally, if Ulster get their noses in front, as they did last week, they just managed to keep 2, 3, 4 points and eventually close the game out.
So Barkley clearly slipping in 1 to 10 then. And they'll be keen just to make sure that they stay ahead by hook or by crook for the next 9 minutes or so. The ball snaffled there by Hooper, who is the go-to man for Bath. He takes more line-outs than anyone else. Claessen's ready for the box kick. going to be another penalty to Bath. Easy as you like as they nibble their way up the touchline.
Really smart play from Bath. That was the first maul that we've seen off the line out. What does it do? It sucks in players. It takes time as well. It slows down the play. And then they were trying to set up just a couple of pods on either side, just eating up the clock, and then getting the penalty, which relieves the pressure even further.
And apart from working their way up the field, it's going to be another 45 seconds or so with the line out too.
And in absolutely no rush there. You see the penalty count. Ulster, well, over the course of a game, you've got to try and keep it in single figures. So they've given away a few more than they would have liked right up to this juncture. But Bath not rushing this line out at all. What was the call? Lee Mears taking his time.
Another 10 seconds. Ulster desperate to get their paws on the ball, which they will now do.
Interesting decision as well from Bath here. Off the scrum, do they just try and get it down the pitch? Do they go through a pattern? Do they try and go wide and use this extra man advantage in the backs? High risk stuff from just outside their 22. But Daniele, he's moved off his left wing, taking position just behind Ian Humphreys and Paddy Wallace.
There he is, just lurking. Looking to maybe burst his way through the middle. He's tried a couple of times in the first half.
And of course, Daniele, an ex-Bath player, so he would take enormous satisfaction of trying to put one over his ex-club.
Scrums are not the cleanest.
Not the cleanest, but that will suit Bath down to the ground. Ulster have not enjoyed the dominance that they thought they might have in the scrum, and again it takes time. Another 30 seconds gone to reset the scrum.
Bath will be quite happy to have to take the mud out of their studs and reset it once again. Butch James has waited all season to get on the pitch. Now he's just having to wait, itching and twitching to get back on. Bath fighting hard. Advantage to Ulster. Now then, they're going to get themselves into a decent strike position now.
Well, really good opportunity for Ulster, but Bath did so well there in the scrum. Managed to get the force coming through, managed to turn it slightly, so when Diak picked the ball up, he was absolutely enveloped by Bath back row players. But you get a feeling Ulster have got to get points in this period when Butch James is off the pitch.
Half an hour left to play. Get into the red zone, drop goal, sucker a penalty out of Bath, or maybe is there a try coming? First part done well, the line up. Humphreys, Wallace looking to go wide. This is Daniele. Trimble cutting back. Look at those fast feet. Humphreys just popped on again. Diak taking it into contact. Daniele. Pienaar wide. Vandenberg. And that was a waste, wasn't it?
Yes, and it's an element of the game from last week. When Ulster got into attacking positions, they just crept up, were very, very flat. And Pienaar, he fires the ball across. And look at everybody's flat. Nobody's really running onto the ball. You think probably Andrew Trimble might have been the best option. You see the quick feet of Andrew Trimble here, bouncing inside and then taking the ball into contact.
So just 2.5 minutes or so left on the sin bin, and Butch James is back on. No points conceded by Bath, and a couple of the Bath players receiving attention. They won't mind the pace coming out of the game at all.
You just wonder as well about, the fitness levels are obviously so good in these professional players, but Bath last week had to make 170 tackles. But look at this pool as it stands. You know, Bath, the key thing is they've got to really get a 5-pointer against Aroni and try and get something out of the game in Biarritz. The way the fixtures are, if Ulster were to come through this match, Biarritz at home and the Italians away, you've got to, I think, probably think that that is the easier of the two remaining fixtures.
Yeah, but for Bath, they've got Aroni at home and then Biarritz away.
And that is a massive.
That's a toughie.
That's a massive one, and that's a winner takes all in that final match. But that Aroni win last week against Biarritz, it threw Ulster the lifeline, but it also threw Bath the lifeline. They hadn't played particularly well in the competition, but it just goes to show you can't win, you know, qualification in round 3 or round 4, but certainly you can be consigned to history in this year's competition if you don't get the victories.
It's David Barnes, the chairman of the Rugby Players Association, 34-year-old, just loosening off, getting ready to take over from David Flatman. On he comes. Flatman put in that big hit in the first half. It's been an interesting tussle at scrum time.
Well, he's put himself about enormously in his 50-odd minutes on the pitch, both at scrum and around the fringes. Big hits, doesn't look happy, but lots of experience on the Bath bench, and probably you would have expected, you know, Flatman maybe to have been substituted, maybe not as early as this, but at the 60-minute mark, so just an earlier seat on the bench for him.
Yeah, and Bath won't mind that. Another reset, that's another 30 seconds.
Open. Close, come. Touch. Ball, engage.
And you know what? It's going to be reset again.
And Chigs.
So just 90 seconds or so left until Simbin's up. And Bath, so far, have done this extremely well, haven't they?
They're going to get away with it here. Ulster really haven't looked at all in control in these 8.5 minutes. Really only launched one attack, couple of phases, and then that forward pass. It's been exceptional play by Bath, while that man, Boots James, has been sitting in his seat there.
Just an indication behind him of the snow piles there. What the ground staff have had to do. But the early engagement gives Ulster maybe the chance with a man advantage to strike. This is Spence. All flooding that narrow side. Vandenberg.
Well, what Ulster need now is a bit of tempo, but the Bath defence on Vandenberg exceptional there. The big ball carrying forwards haven't quite managed to breach the Bath defensive line like they did last week.
Wallace. Harvey goes up quickly and he does get hold of his man, and that man is Spence. BJ Bota. Tackle made by Hooper. Remember, no Ferris, he was in training this week. Ulster 1 point behind. Trimble can't quite get outside his man. Up to the 22 now through Darcy. Bath so tenacious, hunting down Humphreys, and excellent defence. Spencer's come wide on this right-hand side for a possible crossfield kick, but still it's the short side for Ulster so far.
No hands.
No scrum half. Who wants it? Pino's popped up. Falloon. Just a little bit of gas going into contact there. Bath trying to get the ball. Hobby went up there to try and make the tackle and just about snagged his man because there are a couple outside. Brady. Into the 22. Through 11 phases. Vandenberg.
And once this whistle blows, Butch James is back on the pitch, so they'll be keen to get across the game or get some form of points.
Inside to Spence. 1 point the difference. Vandenberg, heavy duty running from him. Humphreys, Daniele, getting ever closer now, Ulster. Trimble, he's got fantastic feet, hasn't he, Trimble? Caught, thumping his way into contact. Looking for the try. Have they got numbers? Straightened from Daniele. Still Ulster got numbers on that far side. The ball goes there. Is there a try? In the corner. There is. Spence there. Patience has been rewarded and Ulster have the lead.
Extraordinary stuff. It's the commitment to keeping the ball alive. They managed to get across the gain line. All the forwards doing their jobs, and Ian Humphreys pulling the strings. Once or twice you thought, is the chink of light coming? But they just used the full width of the pitch, and Nevin Spence just squeezed in at the corner. What a difference is that going to make to this game? The 20th phase of play. They just created too much space out wide. All of a sudden, you've got a half yard outside Barkley. And Spence, well, that's fully committed there.
An unintended celebration, but hey, 4 points up with the conversion to come. Bath are just hoping that they could hold out until Butch James was back on.
And it was terrific play from both sides. You just thought, Bath, they're going to run down that clock for the 10 minutes, and also they never gave up. But out of it, it is most definitely advantage Ulster.
Tui and Dyack being replaced by Barker and Henry for Ulster.
Crucial kick as well, because it takes Ulster to a position where Bath have to get a converted try to take the lead again.
It is a beautiful conversion too.
That's a stunning kick from Ian Humphreys, absolutely stunning.
Ben Skirving and Nick Abendinen waiting to take to the field as well. Cuthbert being replaced, as is Beattie.
And there's real tension in the crowd here as well. They know how important those 10 minutes were.
Ignacio Fernandez lobby on for Grewcock as well. Darcy, oh, found some space as well. Nice take. What an intriguing last quarter or so we've got in front of us.
Big decision here. Ian Humphreys kicked one from just inside his half at Ravenhill last week. He's 4 from 4, not a great surprise. He's going to back himself, and he's recovered very well from that little ankle knock that he got early in the first half.
So 6 points up and looking to take it beyond a converted try.
Yeah, Bath bringing Abendinen on. They're going to be forced to chase the game ever so slightly. That's high pressure, high risk stuff. And Ulster, you know, they'll thrive in terms of defence, because it's now a case of Bath, they have to bring the game to Ulster.
Just hit a beautiful conversion from the touchline, now from inside his own half. So close, so important. 23-14.
They know what it means. You see the Ulster management and subs bench there. Clear daylight.
What a game Humphreys is having. Barnes gets his hands on it. Good drive there from Skirving, the England international. Harvey flying at the line there.
Number 10.
Barkley. Again, it's head down from Skirving. Ignacio Fernandez lobbied the great Argentinian international, getting himself involved. Moody, he knows what needs to be done to win big Heineken Cup games. He's done it with Leicester, but that was forward.
Well, the touch judge was right in the spot. Great bit of improvised play there. But every half yard of this Bath pack can get over the gain line, just produces quick ball for this back line. And if Bath are going to get into the game, they need to recycle the ball quickly. I think it's just marginally forward there. Certainly referee and touch judge right on the spot.
Quarter of the game left to play. And it's so often the case, one sin bin can turn the scoreboard against that side that commits the indiscipline. Just phase after phase, they managed to score. When 10 minutes was up, Butch James, though, was still off the pitch. Wallace, high to Abandonen. First touch for him. He loves to counter. Here he goes. Beats one, up to halfway. That's his job there. Skirving again. Claessen's short, Guerrero. Advantage being played to Bath. Hooper, strong handoff. Claessen's Barkley, Abandonen. And Bath will have a kickable penalty. Will they, though, drive it into the corner?
A real energy from this Bath attack, as you would expect. They've got to get some points just to try and just close this gap. Oh, I think you're going to see this, maybe 3 points. What do you do? Do you put it into the corner, go for a try, win? You know, all of a sudden momentum swinging your way, or do you try
get within 7 to start with?
Definite 3-pointer. I think you go for the points from this position. There's plenty of time in the clock to go.
And Barkley looks as though he's going to be going through his pre-kick routine. Quick drink. Looking for the tee. Doesn't have to make a decision maybe quite yet. There's a Bath man down. Butch James, how difficult is it? Come back from a long injury and to be light on your feet with that decent touch that he's shown.
Well, I think, first of all, adrenaline gets you through in terms of fitness and energy, but also your first couple of touches, if they go well, then it just makes you feel comfortable. You get back into the groove, and also you got to have those guys around you actually performing as well. And the Bath pack certainly have, you know, they've fought fire with fire. They've managed to get the Bath backline operating. That gives them a platform to work from. But Ulster, that try right at the end of the sin bin, it's a case of hero and villain for Butch James this afternoon.
Didn't look convincing at any stage, so Ulster escape for now.
Really important for Bath that they try and just stay down in the Ulster half, set up camp, put the pressure on, try and force mistakes, try and force indiscipline.
Big game players on the pitch for Bath, giving their all. There's Taylor, double line. Butch James, World Cup winner, Abandon an England international. Claessens, Barkley. Claessens, James again. Ooh, was that a little bit high? The 5'8" Lee Mears. Barnes shoveling it to Barkley. Banahan. The assistant referee very quick into that, just to make sure there weren't any afters.
And when we're talking about playing rugby in particular areas of the pitch, I mean, Ulster on the 22 dropout, you know, got it into the Bath half, and it's a definite penalty, I think, for the high tackle. But the key thing, by keeping Bath in their half, it means they cannot go for a penalty.
Barkley with a brilliant kick to the corner.
Superb kick. Couldn't really have got a better result than that.
The crowd sense that this is the moment for the home team. Look at that. Every foot, everything put into that to make the most of what he could get in terms of distance. Good counter drive initially from Ulster, but the Bath forwards are ready for that. It's Mears that has his hands on the ball. Another penalty going Bath's way. Oh, Fernandez Lobe in there. Still some fire in his belly, age 36.
Well, a few tasty chops coming in from Fernandez Lobe there.
And he might be a little bit concerned. He doesn't want it reversed.
The problem as well is, and we're talking about the adrenaline rush of Butch James. Also, when you come off the bench, you want to make such a big impact immediately. But sometimes it spills over.
An easier kick for Barkley this time. And the crowd are screaming at their boys.
They've got to keep the pressure on. They've got to come away with points here.
Couple of snowballs being thrown. None hitting Mears. Mears focusing on hitting his man, which he does. It's Hooper. It's now the forwards driving upfield. Vandenberg is around there, but he's given away a penalty. The Bath backs have a free hit at trying to get the try. Momentum is all with Bath, and it might be a yellow, is it? The referee, you feel, getting a little bit frustrated.
For me, it's cynical and deliberate infringement. It's cynical, you don't release. Okay. It's cynical and deliberate infringement. Good.
So, Spence goes to the sin bin now. What are Bath going to do? Take advantage of the one man that they have on the pitch over and above Ulster, or just knock over the three? So, it makes sense to bring them within 7 just to start with, and then they can really go at Ulster. 15 men on 14.
They got to score twice to win, so the 3 points makes perfect sense. You saw the utter disbelief on Nevin Spence's face there, but equally Butch James's yellow. First glance, there wasn't a great deal in it. It's just a simple case of Bath. They've got to do what Ulster managed to do in the same 10-minute period.
Ulster leaking a few penalties. There's up to 7 now in the second half.
I think the reason Nevin Spence is in total disbelief, I think he's got the wrong guy there. I think it's actually Willie Falloon, the open side flanker, who's not releasing the player on the ground.
Fernandez Lobe stands full square and takes that restart. Rudy James, or they're passing wide. This is a Bendenon. Brilliant running from a Bendenon over halfway. Wonderful from Bath. Now going hard and fast, it's Skirling who's had an impression since he's come on. James, looking wide, nicely looped past, Mears, shipping it on. Taylor, Banahan's just waiting now. Banahan, bursting his way over the line. Quite brilliant from deep inside their own 22. That is a cracker from Bath. And the conversion would take them into the lead.
I have to say, well, I have rarely witnessed a stadium erupt like it. Ambitious stuff, abandoning, massive handoff here. This tackle's got to be made. He just palms off Paddy Wallace. He keeps going, and they recycle the ball so quickly. Guys are shooting up out of the line. Look at that. Wallace has got to go low, side them down. Instead, Abendon gets free rein. bvu2 comes up there, yep, floats over him. And here, good hands from Lee Mears. And Banahan from this distance, not a chance, Ulster. He just bounces at him, Darcy.
Darcy went at him hard though, didn't he?
Yeah, but he
Didn't
is
shirk
a
the tackle.
lump. He is a, and look what it means to him. This crowd went absolutely berserk.
It's all about the conversion now for the lead. 10 minutes to play. Not this time. 10 minutes left. 1 point behind Bath. 1 man advantage.
What a game. And Bath, they've got to do the same. They've got to, I know there's only 1 point in it. They will try and work their way down the pitch, but with that extra man advantage, particularly in the back line, they can stretch this Ulster defence.
So just 3 minutes or so left for Spence and Ulster on the sin bin. Taylor, Barkley, ooh, hands on it from Ulster. 7 minutes we hear, apologies. Vandenberg. It's Chris Henry who started last week against Bath at Ravenhill. Ulster still with the lead.
Release tackler! You don't release the old tackler!
Oh! Humphreys will fancy it. He's hit one inside from inside his own half in this 40 minutes, so he'll take his time. It's bang in front.
Yeah, I was going to say, in these last 7-8 minutes, you need your experienced heads to show their composure. Lewis Moody giving away the penalty there, not releasing the player. And all of a sudden, if Humphreys gets this, Bath have got to score another try. It's crucial in the flow of the game. It just means 22-22 again. They've got to keep the ball alive.
Perfection so far from Humphreys, and they have not been easy. From his own half, from the touchline, now from in front, with a lot at stake. He makes it look so easy. 4 points up, the visitors.
Ulster won by 4 points last week, 4 points up, 7 days on, completely different type of match.
Now then, what have Bath got? Looking for Harvey to get a hand on it. He manages that, but Vandenberg gets possession for Ulster. Surely Ulster aren't going to play too much rugby for their own half, but Bath most certainly will. The Benenden's instinct is to run it. Banahan's already scored one. Rattling through, and Barkley knocks that on, and there was an opportunity there, wasn't there?
Well, it's just the communication. Banahan, he feinted as if he was going to give the switch pass. Then he got on the outside, but Barkley came on the switch. Banahan has been a threat. Look at that, ball in two hands. Show backs himself, breaks the tackle. And again, Barkley's coming in at the angle almost as if on that switch line.
Ulster getting the bird from the crowd. But the referee's made it pretty clear that no more time's got to be taken here. The referee now getting a little bit of attention from the crowd. Being told to get on with it. bvu2 just cleaning the mud from his studs.
Well, scrum just inside the Ulster half. As a result of whatever happens next, they will want to be back in the Bath half. Just take the pressure off.
Pienaar, very cute from him, chips it behind Banahan. It bounces beautifully for the Springbok. Can he finish? Sensational from Pienaar. Just dragged down short. Brilliant from Ulster. Desperate from Bath, trying to hold the visitors out. With 14 men, Ulster with a fantastic break thanks to their scrum half. They'll be happy to camp in the 22 now for a good 5 minutes. This is the area which they dream of playing their rugby. With the 4-point advantage, 1 out. It's going to be the forwards again that go. Only a couple of men out at the moment for Ulster.
Stay on your feet, White, stay on your feet.
It's simple rugby, phase after phase, not looking to crab their way back to underneath the post for a possible drop goal at the moment, because there might be a try coming. It's that close. It's crucial for Bath. It'll be their Heineken Cup dream out if they concede the try here, surely.
Just pounding at this line, eating up time. Ulster will just want to keep calm and composed.
Ulster 4 points up, trying to take it beyond 7. So frustrating for Bath. There's nothing they can do except to wait for the next drive. Just over 3 minutes left, and Ulster are keeping it so tight.
Ulster have only got 3 wide men on the rest of the pitch. Humphreys is behind all the melee. This ball is not going anywhere.
Ulster won here last season, and again they're looking very good to close out this game. It's smart tactical rugby. It's simple. The clock is on their side. The scoreboard's on their side. Less than 3 minutes left to play. The Bath forwards just wait, aching to try and get their hands on that ball.
Push back 19.
Well, Ulster will be in no rush to spread this ball. They just keep it tucked up the jerseys, forcing Bath to tackle and tackle again. Humphreys talking to Pienaar. Will he go deep? Maybe go for the drop goal.
The ball squirts out, and Bath, whose defence has been really good, a couple of metres out. They get the penalty, but they're going to have to go quickly. Spence is getting ready to come back on, so it'll be 15 men on 15 men. Barkley's telling the referee to get out of the way. So what a last minute or so we've got left. Spence is back on. Bath know they can strike from anywhere. A try would win the game for Bath. Mears with the line out. It's good. Claessens. Harpe. Claessens again, shoveling it out to Butch James. That's flat at best, and then it was knocked on. It's going to be a scrum to Ulster, and was that the last chance for Bath? So Tyrone, who's your Heineken man of the match?
Well, I think there's been one outstanding player on this pitch this afternoon. He's pulled the strings, he's attacked the gain line, and crucially, he's taken his opportunities for points. My Heineken man of the match is Ian Humphreys.
He's been quite brilliant, hasn't he? And kicked those difficult and crucial kicks at the uprights that's enabled Ulster to get this 26-22 lead. Butch James, he's left his fingerprints on this game as well, hasn't he? But what a win if Ulster can indeed close this out. Less than a minute left to play.
Well, when you have a match in which there's only 4 points difference, you look at the kicker comparison there, that has made the difference. Both sides have been fully committed to open rugby, and crucially that try, I think, in the last seconds of the Butch James sin bin. But Ollie Barkley, they haven't been easy, but he'd be disappointed not to have a better return with the boot. And crucially, that last conversion that he missed would have taken Bath 1 point in the lead, and all of a sudden it changes the mental side, it changes the momentum of the game.
Crutch! Crutch! Touch! Ball! Engage!
Ulster just got to run this clock down. It's going to be the forwards that'll have their paws on it until a half-back maybe gets to kick the ball off. Less than 10 seconds, maybe 1 or 2 more phases.
Well, if Ulster can close this out, this is a better victory than last week. They've had a battle that much harder for this one. They'll be absolutely delighted.
Ulster then deliver a fabulous win. It puts them in a very good position to get out of the pool stages for the first time since 1999. The next game in January at home to